Hey y'all, Jeff here. I thought I'd just bend in here and I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm rebuilding this pump by replacing the gaskets and the diaphragms. You can barely see it, but it's there, it's clear. And I'll show you how it goes together correctly by directions. So, as you can tell, this is the top, okay? So it's going to be like this is the top, this is the center section, this is the bottom piece. So the top piece, as I'll show you here in a second, let me show you real quick. I have instructions here. This is out of a manual that I do have downloaded. I will put it up in the description, should have a link to it. Yeah, it will have a link to it. And so that way, if you're working on something, I do have the manual for 99 Polaris sleds, all 99 sleds. So I will make sure that gets up there in the description so you all know where to go and what to look for. I'll have it there for you. So right now, we're gonna start. What I did first of all, too, I want to show you before I even start putting it together. In the center section, you can't see it, but there's a clear bellow in here. I call it a bellow. That's basically what a bellow is. Bellow kind of opens up and closes kind of in a way, okay? You got one on this side, and then you have one on the back side in this little section. And you can't see it there, but it's clear. And these are screws, which I haven't tightened yet because I wanted to show you that I was going to do this now, okay? So you get it down there tight. You don't have to really torque it either. Good hand tight right there. There's another one. Tighten this one down. Alright, now that's tight. These are screws from when I took it apart. So I just wanted to show you. I'm going to save them and use them because they are good still. I always try to do that. And when I clean these parts with, good old carb cleaner. Easiest thing to clean it with. Takes it right off. Kind of feels like when you use that airplane remover stuff. Anybody's ever used that? That don't take off anything. That don't even take off your skin. So I'm laying these tools out here for it because I use these tools to get in here when I opened all this up to make sure everything was clear, make sure these dowel pin holes, because there's dowel pins on the top side and the bottom side. So you have small dowel pins. You can barely see it, but I'm trying to point them out, okay? So, and I had another one to use to pick things out too inside. I even picked out inside the exits and entries, everything like that. I did the same thing here, and so here you go. I'm sorry if I'm going fast. They should be slowing down. Oh, the reason Makita's sitting here in front of you on the scraper, obviously, I forgot to say that too, is scraping the gaskets off. Gaskets on both sides, gasket on top of here, gasket on the bottom there. And yeah, I was scraping them off a little bit, but then I was starting to use my Makita to do that. So it's not a abrasive wheel, but it's abrasive enough to help shine it up. But what I do have is I have a wire wheel right here, so I use that to really shine it up and make it look good. So I'm going to go over these with you as I do this, so that way we put it together correctly. Alright? So we're going to start at the bottom. Got to go to the bottom. The bottom's going to show you a gasket first. So you're going to take the gasket, and actually these only go really one way. Alright? So you put it on here. Then the next thing is going to be that diaphragm, that clear piece here, this piece here, okay? And you can see the holes here. everything lines up for a reason. So you really can't get it wrong, honestly. Doesn't matter if you're the first time ever doing stuff like this. You know, so don't be confused when you do it, okay? And see, I'm getting confused already. I have it upside down, that's why. Ha. See, I did it upside down. And that can happen. And if you don't get it right that time and you go to put it together, fuel pump won't work properly. Alright, now you got to figure out the bottom for the center section, right? So you look at the diagram here. The bottom section sits in one way, in one direction only, because the top, if you look at the top, this piece here, the very top piece, this is your top piece for your entry for the fuel line, okay, coming from the fuel tank in. Okay, it comes in here, and it works around down through here, down through these holes to open up these valves to help it filter the fuel. So you want to know, you want to make sure you're on the right side, because you can't really get it wrong. If you look, they're the same, so really you can't get it wrong. All right, so you take the center section, here we go, we'll go back over here, and the center section is going to have another gasket like this, because see underneath. So we're going to take that gasket, we're going to put it on, and there's no dowel pins right there. But what I can do is I can do this. Okay, I got to match it up, right? So I got to make sure I have it correct. So what I mean is use the pattern of the gasket. See the pattern? Patterns are different. Upside down, see, and like this. So once you get it, then you can do this. You can turn it over, and it should be this way. Yes, that way would be correct. You get it on the dowel pins, as long as it'll go in for you. There, that's not it. There we go. I think I got her. Yeah, okay, she's down. Alright, now we're going to do the center. The center gasket is going to be this gasket here, because it's the same as this and the same as this one. Yes, you have two of them, correct. But I'll show you this one. I'm going to use this one first. So I put it here. The pins really aren't really, they don't help you much here in the center section, I'll be honest with you. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I want to go to this diaphragm. Okay, the diaphragm's going to go in like that. Okay, you know, if you really want to make it easy, I could do this. Watch, put that there. But there you go, and you hold them in place. Okay, kind of helps you there. Then you take this one. You make sure, as the drawing shows you, this out one is going to go out towards the two on the end on this one. So I'm going to make sure, I'm going to put this gasket on top. Make sure I get it in here so it's got dowel pins on this one. See the little dowel pins? Alright. Now, ease it gently. Plus, I shake like hell, so sorry about the shaking, y'all. It's just, that's part of what happened with me with recovery and in liver transplant, drinking and everything. You develop the shakes, yes you do. Alright, now we've got it together. See how flat everything is. Great, everything's fitting right. 4 screws, that's all it is. Right? 4 screws. Okay, so I'll take this one and take it down and go like this. See, I started down here in this corner, okay? I'm going to go to this one. So that way you go like this, you bring it down like that. So it's kind of making sure that it gets into place. And I shouldn't have taken this one down. You really don't want to take them all the way down until you get there. So that way you're doing it, you're kind of doing it in increments. So you know you get it correct. That's the only thing is you want to get it correct. You don't want to make sure you break into the gasket or do anything damage to that diaphragm. Then you're in trouble. So now I'm going to go backwards. I commit back here. I started here to end. I'm going to go this way. And where I very started, I know I got my hand right in the way, y'all. I'm sorry. That was a bad move on my part. Well, I got to hold it somehow. There we go. Like this. Alright, there. So what I did is I went from here to there, to here, to there. Finished tightening here. Went to there, and went to here. And there you go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Fuel pump for the Indy Polaris 550 Super Sport 1999, which is the edge body, is what they call it. They went from the wedge to the edge, so that's the next step up. So that's what it is. So the next video I will have, and I just want to thank you all for checking it out, giving me support, giving me the thanks, you know, and having belief in me, and my audience asking for what they want, and I want my audience to have this, and tips. So, and anytime you do a fuel pump on anything, doesn't matter if it's a snowmobile, car, anything, make sure when you take it apart, you take pictures, you look at it, everything. So that way, when you put it back, you take it apart, you can put it back together instead of just taking it apart and putting the piece here and the piece there, and then you go, well, how the hell does it go back together? Try to find manuals. You can find manuals online, y'all. You can buy them for 17 to 20 bucks. Maybe sometimes you get them for 10, 15. Just depends what you find, but you can always get them. You can download them. Yes, they come in PDFs. And yes, you can turn it into a JPEG. You can go from a PDF to a JPEG, which I've done that with this. That way I can put it on the channel. That way I can show you pieces of that book. So my next video will be coming up. I'll be doing the new shock. I have a new shock, the right shock that goes in the rear part of the sled, in the rear part of the suspension. This is an extra 10 on here, not an extra 12. So that means this is 10 inches of travel. That's all that means. Nothing more, nothing less. But I do want to thank you all. And really, y'all have a great Sunday, or Saturday. It's great Saturday, sorry. Well, if you're watching it on Sunday, have a great Sunday too. No matter. Thank y'all. Love it. Thank y'all, and I really do appreciate y'all. Really do. Thank you again.